I'm Coop. This is my double strong arm. It's essentially two strong arms glued together. Internal modifications, actually none. I didn't take out the air restrictors because if you're firing both at the same time, you could be dry firing out of one, and I didn't want one of the plunger tubes to break. And I didn't crank up the springs to increase the rate of fire because it's a little easier to prime, especially the under ones. It's a little awkward compared to the normal priming orientation. The integration was done, it's a rather straightforward integration. I cut both of the shells down with my bandsaw, and then I adhered the shells with liquid epoxy, solvent weld, and epoxy putty, not necessarily in that order. The bond's very smooth, it's perfectly aligned because the shells line up very easily since they're identical shells, conveniently enough. So when you're firing, both of the darts go in pretty much the same direction. Elite darts are going to vary no matter what since they're not very accurate darts anyways, but it has a nice little spread because they are a few inches apart. So if you're shooting in a single target, a single person, your chances of hitting them are pretty good. Inspiration off this mod came from previous modifications, not necessarily done by myself. I did a double Maverick and a double Night Finder back in the day, and people used to do those quite frequently. They are reminiscent of the Manta Ray blaster because it fires two different things with a shield, except this doesn't have a shield obviously. But it's really just mostly fun to play with. It's not particularly useful because it's really big. You can't really holster it and it's a little odd to use. It does take a little bit of getting used to because you're priming the top and then you're priming the bottom. You can get a string or a lanyard and tie both of them together and prime them simultaneously, but it's a dangling string for it to accidentally catch on stuff, so I don't want to do that. Very easy to do, especially if you make it long enough to hang around your shoulder, then you can prime it by pushing the blaster away and it'll pull the slides back, so you can just keep doing this, and heck, you could dual wield them and have 4 darts going out at all times. It'd be kind of annoying to reload, but it would be cool. Pulling the triggers, you use your middle finger and then your ring finger on whichever firing hand, and then you sort of use like a Spider-Man grip with your sort of flinging webs or whatever. So your pinky and index finger come out to stabilize the blaster as well as your thumb on the other side, but other than it takes a little bit of getting used to, but after you're used to it, it's not weird at all. And then you prime it and fire. The triggers are not linked, so you can fire one or the other or both at the same time. I didn't want to link them since I didn't think it's that big a deal to just use 2 different trigger fingers. Going over the paint job, this is another splatter paint job. I have a tutorial on that, the blood splatter. It's the same thing, just with different colors rather than red. Started with the dark gray vinyl dye base coat, and then I have yellow and blue splatter all over the place. These are Krylon yellow and Krylon blue. I think those paints work a little bit better for the splatter effect. Those are enamels, not water-based like Citadel paints are. And of course I finished it off with a clear coat. This is the wheel clear coat from Duplicolor, so it's super smooth and it clears up the paint very well, and I'm very happy with the paint job. Yeah, so I'll show you the blaster firing. So since I didn't internally modify it, the ranges are the same as the stock Strongarm, but you have double the rate of fire. Pretty nice. I really like it. It's really fun to use. Again, this wasn't really made for the most war practical blaster ever, since it's just a little pistol. So that's the blaster. I'm very happy with it. Shoots well, performs really cool. And again, it's just really neat looking. I'm going to stop talking. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.